come in, sir?
Yes, please come.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir.
Have a seat, please.
Thank you, sir.
Unnati, you
Yes, sir.
completed your masters from NSUT.
Yes, sir.
Did Professor Raj Sinani take any courses for you?
No, sir.
No, he did not. Okay. And since you are a pass out of 21, that means the last 3 semesters must have been spent off campus, is it?
Yes, sir. 3 years.
Okay, right. Fine, good. So what are you currently doing?
Sir, from the past 2 years, I'm preparing for UPSC ESE.
Right.
Last year in 2023, I gave my second attempt. So I reached till interview, but I'm not finally be able to make it. This year, I cleared the GATE exam with a quite good rank of 359 and got selected in Airport Authority of India and also reached till interview for this UPSC ESE.
Okay, that's great. So Airport Authority of India, have you got the joining or joining is awaited?
No, sir. Joining is awaited. They did not give the join letter yet.
Okay. Any idea what will be your role in Airport Authority of India?
Yes, sir. It's a part of executive engineer. So we just have to take care of all the management services. Like on
is it it's for the position of junior executive electronics?
Yes,
am I right?
Yes, sir.
So are there any electronics equipments which you are likely to be taking care of in terms of maintenance and installations, etc.?
Yes, so there are many communication equipments used to communicate with the aircraft.
Such as name
like
one or two of them.
Transponders, satellites.
Transponders? Okay. No.
Yes, sir.
See,
antennas.
Equipments which are very specific for Airport Authority of India, communication equipments.
Satellite
Have you heard of something called VOR?
No, sir.
Or DVOR, ILS?
No, sir.
What kind of radars are used there, if you have an idea?
So, I have an idea of some kind of antennas they were using for communicate.
Tell us what are the antennas which they are using.
Like for communicate with the ATC, they are using VHF, very high frequencies antennas. And also they are using radar antennas and transponders, ultra high frequency antennas.
For the communication in with the aircraft, they are using VHF frequencies.
Yes, sir.
Why? Why not any other frequency?
Sir, because of the frequency range.
So what is the characteristics of this VHF frequency, because of which it is preferred?
Sir, because it will not get any interference with the ionosphere.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So there is less interference when we are communicating with the aircraft to the ATC for giving the signals.
Okay.
It's range around 137 to 157 megahertz frequencies.
See, you said your hobby is cooking.
Yes, sir.
Any idea what is the principle of the working of microwave oven?
Yes, sir. In microwave oven, there is one microwave instrument called magnetron that will generate the radiations. That will first generate the radiation. It will affect the water molecule present in the food, and then it will vibrate and create friction so that rest of the molecule get vibrated or get heated. So the food will heat from inside out. But in conventional cooking, we are using conduction, convection or radiation. So the food will cook from outside to inside.
Which is healthier, outside to inside or inside to outside?
So there is pros and cons of both the. Like in normal cooking, sometimes we'll overcook the food. So some of the vitamins like vitamin C and all rest of the vitamins get diluted. But in microwave, it will take less time to cook the food. So some of the vitamins will get...
apparently in a country like Japan, they are almost shunning the use of microwave ovens.
So because of the radiation, it will give.
My last question. See, there is a device called pin diode and there is a device called gun diode. Which of these is connected with applications in microwave?
So gun diode.
Gun diode, okay. and for what frequencies it is preferred to be used?
Sir, I have no idea about it.
Okay, no problem, sir.
Okay. So Unnati,
Yes,
you
sir.
have done masters in VLSI.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the current market size of semiconductor?
Sir, 3 nanometer, 5 nanometer.
Market size in terms of $1 billion, I am asking.
Sir, I don't know about it.
Okay. What are the key objectives of Semicon India?
Sir, Semicon, it's a government funded scheme, and in our government give around 76,000 crore rupees for a semiconductor industry to build for starting the manufacturing of semiconductors in India. It is in collaboration with Micron Semiconductors.
Okay. Any other investment other than Micron?
No, sir. Recently, our Prime Minister visited to Singapore to to sign some deal with the Singapore manufacturing industry.
Okay, so whatever we are going to set up semiconductor related companies in India that are related only with manufacturing, fabrication or something else also.
So we are also making the equipments for the semiconductor making.
Okay. Any company do you know who is very famous for semiconductor equipment manufacturer?
HCL.
Okay, leave it. In 4G and 5G,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
what type of modulation do we use?
Modulation. Sir, CDMA, WCDMA,
CDMA.
LTE,
Nobody is using CDMA.
LTE, Volt.
Any shift king technique that you know?
GMSK. No, GMSK is also.
Okay, GMSK we were using in I think 2G or 2.5G. So GMSK, what is the full form of GMSK?
Gaussian minimum shift key. Phase shift
So
key.
how MSK is different from QPSK?
Sir, there is 2-3 differences. Like the main lobe of MSK is higher than the QPSK. There is
Correct.
lesser bandwidth taken, but when we are going to demodulate the signal, there is a problem of phase jitter in MSK, but it's not in QPSK. And the side bend fall by 1 by f square in case of MSK, in case of QPSK, but 1 by f की power 4 in case of MSK. So the side lobes are smaller than the main lobe in case of MSK.
Okay, so what is the application? In which case QPSK will be preferred, and in which case MSK will be preferred?
Sir, when we have to transmit a signal with the phase differences, so we'll prefer QPSK, because in this
Suppose we have to avoid adjacent channel interference, then what we will go for, QPSK or MSK?
MSK, sir, because
Why?
the side lobes of MSK is smaller, so it will
Okay.
not interfere
Understood,
with that.
understood, very good. In 5G, some terms we are using like massive machine type communication. Have you aware of that?
I heard about MIMO, but
Okay. So what is MIMO?
multi-input, multi-output is a like we are mixing so many signals in the input, and we are interpreting it in output, so that it will get less interference because of the high technique we are using in 5G.
Okay.
There is larger bandwidth.
What is difference between noise and random variable?
Sir, noise is any unexpected signal, any unexpected thing that is occurring in a signal, but random variable is random variable. So I don't know.
Okay. How can we use autocorrelation in radar?
Sir, autocorrelation is used for taking the similarity between two signals. But sir, I have no idea.
Those two
how to-
signals will be different or same?
Sir, if like it's for cos and sine, then it's like 0 maybe. I don't have any idea about.
Okay, last question. What is difference between nano, dot, wire and well?
So, in case of nanodot, all the 3 dimensions are in nanometer range. In nanowire, 2 dimensions are in nanometer range, and in well, all the 3 dimensions are not in a nanometer range.
Are not in a
In a
nanometer.
well, it's not in a nanometer range.
Okay. ठीक है sir.
Unnati,
Yes, sir.
you completed your graduation from APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University.
Yes, sir.
What is the APJ full form?
Abdul Pakal Jainul Abdul Kalam.
Can you tell his contribution to our nation?
Sir, he is called as Missile Man of India. He is also the 11th President of India. He served from 2002 to 2007. And he worked in DRDO, ISRO, and he also launched satellite SLV-3, Satellite Launch Vehicle 3, and then also contributed for our nuclear tests that is happened in Pokhran.
Okay. What was your MTech project?
Sir, it's a research thesis, and I write the research paper also with that thesis.
Okay.
It's a power and delay optimization of SR flip-flop, master slave SR flip-flop using normal CMOS and quasi FGMOS.
Okay. Is it possible to convert the JK flip-flop to D flip-flop?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain how?
Sir, from converting any JK flip-flop to D flip-flop, we first have to write the characteristic table of D flip-flop and then take the present state, next state, and then we write the excitation table of the JK flip-flop. Then we'll map the equation with the help of K-map, and then built-in flip-flop, then we'll design that.
Okay. What is the difference between this synchronous and asynchronous counters?
So, in case of synchronous counter, we'll apply clocks simultaneously to all the counters. But in asynchronous flip-flop, we'll apply the clock for first counter, and then output of first counter is taken as clock for the second. And there is 2 kind of asynchronous counter, like up counter and down counter. So,
Okay. See, you worked as a teaching assistant during MTech.
yes, sir.
Which subjects did you teach there?
So there is not any specific subject. We'll take sometime analog, sometime digital.
I can tell the subjects names, any subjects names.
Yes, sir, analog and digital.
Analog and digital. Very good. What is the operation amplifier? Why it is known as the operation amplifier?
It's called as operational amplifier because it is used for many of the mathematical operation like addition, subtraction. So that's why subtraction. That's why it is used
Okay.
for multiplication.
What is the difference between the NPN and the PNP transistor?
Sir, there is difference in NPN. There is a base in base material or the substrate we take P type, but in PNP we will take the substrate at N type.
Okay. What is this sequential circuit and combinational circuit?
Sir, in case of combinational circuit, we don't have memory. We'll apply the input and we'll take the output. But in case of sequential circuit, there is a memory. So the output depend on the present state and also on the with the past state also.
Okay. What is the difference between the microprocessor and microcontroller?
Sir, microprocessor is a CPU on a chip, but microcontroller is a computer on a chip. In case of microcontroller, it is compact because it is having its own memory, input and output. But microprocessor is quite bigger because we'll apply separately the memory, separately apply the flex or the input and output.
Okay. See, in the resonance, one of the circuit name is a tank circuit.
Yes, sir. LC.
Why it is known as the tank circuit? What is the reason?
So because of the structure, we connect the LNC.
That structure in the tank shape.
Maybe
Why it is known as the tank circuit?
I don't know sir, exactly.
Okay. Any practical application for this Y parameters? Y parameters. Practical application.
No sir, I don't.
Okay. Any practical application for the maximum power transfer theorem?
Maximum power transfer theorem is like when we have to obtain in practical scenario, like in transmission lines, we have to extract the maximum output from the given input. So you connect the
Transmission line means you mean electrical transmission line or electronics? Which transmission line you are speaking?
electrical transmission line.
Electrical. Okay. Let us
So the
discuss.
ref-
One second. Let's discuss
Yes.
there only. What is the efficiency of the maximum power transfer theorem?
50%.
That means in the transmission line we are expecting only 50%. In the electrical transmission line.
So, but in transmission line, maybe if the reflection coefficient is equals to 1, then perfect reflection happen and there is no transmission of the signal.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Unnati,
Yes, sir.
can you explain what is Nyquist criteria?
Sir, Nyquist criteria we are using for checking that how many number of encirclements happen in any Nyquist plot. So it is n is equals to p minus z, means how many numbers of poles are in right hand side, or the number of, if the number of poles in the right hand side is equals to number of encirclement, then the system is stable.
No, I am asking Nyquist criteria. I think you are talking about the Nyquist plot. Isn't
Nyquist criteria is like mod of
it? Sampling. In communication, we use Nyquist criteria.
okay sir, fs is greater than is equals to 2 times of fm.
So, is there, what will happen if Fs is not equal to or greater than 2 Fm?
Sir, if it is less than 2 fm, then the interference will occur with the two signal. The two two sidebands will get overlapped in case of, so the under modulation happen. Mu is
Okay.
less than 1.
Okay. See, we have basically few parameters that you have studied in network, like Z parameter, Y parameter.
Yes, sir.
But there is one more parameter, S.
Scattering.
So, what is the necessary of this S parameter?
Sir, when we go in advanced communication, like when frequency increases in megahertz or in gigahertz, so these YZ parameter are not that much useful. So we have to move to scattering parameters.
Why it is
as
not
well.
useful?
Because of the more frequency, it will not work that properly. So maybe I don't know, sir, exactly.
Okay, no issue. Can you draw a logarithmic amplifier using op-amp? Use op-amp to draw a logarithmic circuit. Log amplifier. Is the position of diode connected is correct?
Sir, if we connect the diode in here, then it will become anti-log. No, sir.
Okay, so if is there any possibility that we can change the diode with any other type of electronic devices, still it will work as logarithmic amplifier?
Yes, sir, we can change it with BJT. We can
BJT.
change it with MOS.
Okay, now instead in place of this diode, if I place a capacitor, what will happen?
Then it will work as a integrator.
Integrator. Okay, fine. You can keep it. Now, what is the difference between PMOS and NMOS?
PMOS and NMOS. So PMOS, when we apply 0 in the gate terminal, then it will give output. But in case of NMOS, when we apply 1, then it will give output. So it's opposite. PMOS and NMOS are opposite of each other.
So, can I combine these to create NAND gate or any other gate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, can you tell me how we connect it?
Sir, PMOS and NMOS combined in a CMOS. So if we have to make a NAND gate with the CMOS. So like this. In case of PMOS, the A and B is in parallel, and in case of NMOS, it is in series.
Okay, fine. Okay, can you tell me what is the use of silicon in electronic devices?
So silicon is used for making the IC substrate or the
Any other?
wafers. we
Any
are
other
using.
apart from this? This is the common example. Other than this,
Sir, SiO2 oxide, we are using it as an insulator in case of MOSFET, and these two I think.
okay. My last question: what is the difference between diffusion capacitance and transition capacitance?
So transition capacitance work in reverse bias, but the diffusion capacitance work in forward bias, and the transition capacitance depend on the transition capacitance does not depend on the current, but the diffusion capacitance will depend on the current, like tau divided by R. So the R, small r will be is neta Vt divided by If. So it will depend on the forward current.
Okay, you are telling the formula.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no issue.
Thank you. Just wait outside.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Unnati, your interview is day after tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
So you have exactly 1 day. I hope you are not going for any more mocks.
No, sir.
Okay. Just spend this 1.5 days that you have in revising whatever you can.
Okay, sir.
You should try to know about Airport Authority of India because your answer was very vague. That's not going to be acceptable. Okay. I had sent a link, probably it was not opening. So what I have done is I have taken a PDF and sent the PDF to you. Please go through it. It will be very helpful. It's just macro points only you have to know.
sir.
But cutting edge technologies, the latest technology, 4G, 5G, sir has already sent you the write-ups. Go through that. It will be expected that you have a good idea about it.
Okay, sir.
Right? And that's about it. Revise as much as you can.
Okay, sir.
All right. We are continuing with the score that we gave you in the last mock.
Okay, sir.
How much did you score in the interview? You faced the interview last year.
UPSC.
UPSC.
105, sir.
105. No, you can actually score much better than that, and that is what we would expect you to do. All right. All the best.
बेटा आपको कुछ मैंने मेल ड्रॉप किया है, पढ़ लीजिएगा, जिसमें 4G 5G में कौन से मॉड्यूलेशन स्कीम्स हैं वो देख लीजिए। फिर 5G में कौन कौन से टर्म्स यूज होते हैं, लाइक मासिव मशीन टाइप कम्युनिकेशन, EMBB, URLLC, एज एंड क्लाउड कंप्यूटिंग, वो सारे टर्मिनोलॉजीज हैं, वो आप पढ़ लीजिए। सेमीकंडक्टर से रिलेटेड एक वीडियो आपको सेंड किया है, देख लीजिएगा, एक रफ आइडिया हो जाएगा। और क्योंकि आपने VLSI से मास्टर्स किया है तो EDC एनालॉग मटेरियल साइंस जितना आप देख सकते हैं, मटेरियल साइंस अगर नहीं देखते हैं चलेगा, बट EDC एनालॉग थोड़ा अच्छे से देख लेना। इतना आप कर लो तो आप कंफर्टेबल पोजीशन में रहोगे और 130 भी क्रॉस कर जाओगे। ठीक है सर?
उन्नति, आपका the communication skills are very good.
Yes, sir.
Be thorough with your MTech project.
Okay, sir.
And you publish it on paper also, no?
Yes.
Then as the questions related to that one.
Okay, sir.
एंड जो लास्ट क्वेश्चन है ना, मैक्सिमम पोर्ट ट्रांसफर थ्योरम का एप्लीकेशन, ऐसा मत करो जी। यू गिव द करेक्ट आंसर फॉर सो मेनी क्वेश्चंस, लास्ट में थोड़ा इंप्रेशन चेंज हो गया।
Yes, sir.
उस वजह से आपको 100% पता है तो गिव द आंसर,
Yes.
अदरवाइज गेस किया तो क्या होता है, इफ इट इज बिकम द रॉन्ग इंप्रेशन चेंजेस,
Okay, sir.
थोड़ा चेक कर लो, ऐसा मत करो. ओके
Okay, sir.
उन्नति, आपके पास जितना समय है आप इसमें रिवीजन में टाइम दीजिए.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है, कॉन्फिडेंट रहिए. फाइन, आप अच्छा कर सकते हो. फाइन, ऑल द बेस्ट.
Be precise with your answers.
Okay, sir.
Be precise because इधर उधर की बातें करने से it's not appreciated.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the best.
All the best.
ऑल द
Thank
बेस्ट.
you.